Good morning, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Fernbus. Thought I'd just do a quick one this morning. Hope everybody's doing all right. Everybody's picked the game up, and everybody's enjoying it so far. Let's have a look who we've got in the chat. Stephen, how are you? Stephen's first in. Amazing, Braden. Good to see you. Randy Rabbit. Yeah, I remember you, Braden. Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. And welcome into the live stream. It's good to see you. You're just it's just about to go to bed. Where are you? Where are you, Randy Rabbit? What country are you in? I forget. Mr. Water, how you doing? Yeah, so I thought I was doing a run last night. I was talking to you about this, Mr. Water. I got to a parking area and I tried to rest. It was asking me to rest. I tried to do that, and I think it's bugged. It's not letting me rest for some reason. So that's a small bug. I haven't seen any patch today, by the way. So I'm on version 1.6.12345. Seems a bit odd, that number, doesn't it? So I don't know if you guys have had a patch, you that have downloaded it. I don't know if you're on PS5, if you've got the same version number as me. I think, Mr. Water, you said you've got a different one. But certainly I've had no patch today. So it's fine. We'll see what happens. Randy Rabbit, you're in Cheshire. I thought you were going to say you were somewhere like Australia or something when you said you were going to bed. Right, okay. Anyway, let's get into it. So yeah, I was doing a run last night. I got stuck. I thought, right, let's just carry on today. So let me load the game. I'm not convinced about this save game stuff. You know, I don't like this screen. I must admit. For some reason, see, look at all this. I'm assuming it's like tourist bus. You have so many slots that you can use, and it removes the oldest ones. For some reason, it defaulted to Germany, Rouen. Now, I am going to Rouen, but I don't know where Germany's come from because I've started off in Paris. But anyway, let's get it loaded in, then we can get into it. Are you sure you want to load? Yeah, I do. Yeah. You've not rested yet, Mr. Water. Ah, okay. 1.004.100. That's really weird then, isn't it? Mine's a completely different release to you guys. Anyway, just let me know as well what the sound is like, so that I'm not drowning myself out. Thanks, Braden. Catch you later. Cheers. I'll show you what I mean with this, right? So I'm parked up, the engine's off. So you said, Mr. Water, you need to get out of the bus. I'm in the parking area, so it's the legit parking area. You can see the markings there. So I'm in the markings. Then if I bring this up, take a break is there. So I'm expecting that I can highlight that, but I can't. If you look down, you can see that the little exit icon is lit up. If I move the thumbstick upwards, the next thing is it's highlighting Rouen in green, or Rouen. So I can't actually click the take a break button. So that's bugged, isn't it? That's not right, is it? But it doesn't matter. As you said, Mr. Water, it seems like you can just skip that, and all you'll do is lose a bit of XP. It's not ideal. If you choose to customize control mode, unfortunately, you can deselect what you want, like start. Oh, okay, yeah. Because I don't want to start from that depot every time. That's going to be annoying. All right, okay. Let's get organised. We'll just carry on. Let's have it in drive. Right, side lights. Parking light. Is the parking light the side lights? Doesn't sound right to me. I had Mr. John winding me up saying I was going through daytime yesterday in the first look with my headlights on, but I wanted some side lights on because that's the law, isn't it? So let's have a look. No, that's a full beam. Right, I'm going to leave it on. No, I don't want it on that. I'm going to turn them off. No, I'm putting the headlights on. It's raining. I don't care. Right, let's get going. Everything's already switched on in there, so we need to get the parking brake off, and we will get underway. I'm still fiddling around with the settings, by the way. You know, the seating position, etc, etc. Oh, hang on, the air conditioning's not on now. Right, let me do this right. Where's the aircon? I should really put the brakes on, shouldn't I, before I do this? I also took off the setting for centering the camera as well, because it kept putting me. I was kind of like not looking down to this extreme, but for my eye line, I prefer to be looking like that. And I was looking like that, and it was kind of giving me a neck ache, if that makes sense. So I've adjusted it, so I can do it manually for the seating, for the view out of the window. So I need to mess about. I've not got it exactly where I want it, but I'm getting there. Thanks everybody for watching that first look stream. I did try to get that out early yesterday. I received the key about 7:30 AM UK time yesterday. Got it installed. It was 25 gig. Got it installed. I was working yesterday, so that was the other problem. Recorded the video about 11 AM. It was about an hour, wasn't it? And then I had to process it and upload it, and it took me all day to do it. So other YouTubers were beating me to it, unfortunately. But I'm glad you guys stuck around and you did watch that last night, because you know I always kind of give an honest opinion of anything that I'm playing, even if the key is sent to me. Because I'm just a gamer like you guys, so you know I want to make sure that you know that what you're going to be buying is what you're going to be buying, basically. Yeah, thanks for that tip, Mr. Water. I'm definitely going to unselect that depot, because I don't want to start the depot every time. That's a pain in the rear, that one. Randy says there's also a start journey on your phone after you've loaded the passengers. You can get the contact base on the route complete. Yeah, I think I was asking that as well, wasn't I, yesterday? The start journey. I presume what it does is it gives you a bit of time to pick up your passengers, and then when you're ready, you click the start journey, and that's where your timer starts from, I'm assuming. Sophie, how you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. I'm trying to read the chat and make sure I don't ram into some of this AI as well. I'm coming off here. We're off to Nantes. By the way, I'm in one of the basic buses. I wanted to just start off easy and go for something a bit smaller. So I haven't gone for the Skyliner yet. Although I did notice there is a trophy just for getting in the Skyliner and driving it. So I will get that. No Platinum Trophy, by the way, if you're on PlayStation. They did that with Tourist Bus, didn't they? So that's a bit disappointing. There's 51 trophies, if that's your thing. It is with me. I'll quite enjoy getting those, I must admit. But yeah, no Platinum. It's a shame, that. Some of them are going to take a while, aren't they? Because there's several distance-related trophies. Although, given that the map is 50,000 kilometres, the trophy for 100,000 kilometres actually might not take as long as I think. The rain's good too, isn't it? I quite like this rain. That's something else that didn't work on Tourist Bus that does here. Go on then, put your money in. There we go. Right, off we go. It zooms the camera in and out. If you don't deselect the centre camera. Oh, I see what you mean. I think you mentioned that yesterday, didn't you? Okay. Oh, stay there! Oh, you fool! What's he doing? Come on! I don't know who's got right away. This is France, isn't it? I'm not really sure. What? Oh, there's a truck coming now. Quick, go, 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 go! There we go. We're all right. Hi Dave, how are you doing? Sophie says, have I experienced grey flickering over the cab when driving? I think it did. There is some flickering. You can see it here, but I think this is meant to be the daylight in this. But I do know what you mean. I noticed right now I've got the dynamic weather on. During the dynamic weather, I've seen two things. I've seen some flickering. But when the weather changes as well, I've also seen quite a drastic change. I think Train Life was doing that as well, wasn't it? When it goes from rain to sun, you'll see a kind of, not a split screen, but you'll see a sort of black screen come up very, very briefly, but it's noticeable as the weather changes from one thing to another. What is that guy doing? Straight across me. But apart from that, I think it's generally been okay. As mentioned yesterday, there does need to be a little bit of work done on the popping. But I've been quite happy with it so far. It's sending me around this roundabout though. Thanks everyone for coming in though, appreciate it. CGD, how are you? Good to see you. Oh, I nearly rammed that guy and I'm reading the chat, look. Hey Daryl, welcome in, how you doing? You've enjoyed it so far despite some of the frame drops. Yeah, there's a couple. Can you see in the distance, look under those trees in the distance, there's some flickering there, look. Not. There is some in the roundabout, but look to the ones on the right where the white buses. You can see some there, can't you? But it's not, for me, that's something that they can tweak. It's not a showstopper. As long as there's no showstoppers, it doesn't really bother me. Like on Tourist Bus, I got so far with Tourist Bus, and you know how much I enjoyed Tourist Bus. I've played it enough. But when we got to the issue of the shuttle pickups not working correctly, that really annoyed me, to be fair, and that was a shame. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do these passengers now. Mr. Water, you said just open one of these, didn't you? I was opening all of them yesterday. Let me just catch up with what everyone's saying. Yeah, dynamic weather, more rain than anything. You're right, Sophie. One thing you can't do, zoom onto the fuel gauge. Yeah, that's a pain, isn't it? Yeah, because could we not cycle through the different views in Tourist Bus? There was like six to seven different views, one of which was the fuel gauge, which was quite handy. It was a pain sometimes when you just wanted to be outside, but it was good for looking at the fuel. Randy, you don't get the distance range in career mode. It's like you can't plot routes outside the area you choose your starting company. It grows with level, but opens probably the end. I guess that, yeah, and I guess that's what free play is for initially, if you don't want to wait for your career level to expand. L-Star, how are you? Looks good, better than the release of Tourist Bus. I agree with you. I agree with you. Let's check some of these guys in. This is the bit I quite like, actually. So, where are we actually going? Right, he's off to Rouen. Right, now, I know you don't have to check the person's name, but I like to do that anyway. There's Valerie, she's coming with us. Here's a twin sister. What's your twin called? I can't check her in. Why can I? Oh, she's not got a label above her head, that's why. But she's got another twin. And this is Charlie. Charlie's coming. What about this guy? Theo. Is Theo coming? Theo is with us. Oh, she's got another twin. Amalia, yeah, she's coming. This young lady is Penelope. Yep, she's our final one. So that's everybody done. That's good. Let's get these closed. The weather's perked up. The traffic's perked up. That's the only problem. Let's get the doors closed. Put it in drive. And break off. Now, one thing I have noticed since I've saved it and resumed the save is that I've got the actual bus wing mirror there on the left, but I've got the one on the right that I actually put in. So let me put that back because I like to have the other two. I like to have these two mirrors. That's better. So between saves, it hasn't remembered that. But anyway, right. So we're off to Rouen, 393 kilometers. I will try and catch up with chat, but as you can imagine, it's a bit difficult. Right, I'm probably meant to be in the lane that these guys are in, aren't I? I forced my way in. He'll let me in, won't he? There we go. Come on, Skoda. Move out of the way. Right, just stopped. That was random. Dave, you did a trip and got no XP or points. Did you drive that badly? Is that what it was? This is only my second trip. I did this trip last night. I've done one full trip before that. Got 638 XP, which is the one that you saw on the first look. This one was more substantial. In fact, let me flick the map up and show you. I went from Paris in this one, which is my home depot, as you know. I went down to Tours. Then we've just come up here and I've gone to Nantes, which is where we are now. And then we're coming up this into northern France, up to Rouen. That's where we're going. So my circle that's available hasn't expanded any yet. But yeah, this is only the second run that I've done, which is fine. There's lots and lots to do, which I'm happy about, to be honest. Now, can I sneak through? Oh, no, I can't. Yeah, there we go. I saw something hilarious, actually, yesterday. I think Fabian actually said there is some work that needs to be done with those barriers. I was following it. I'm going to say it was a Merc, even though all these cars are unbranded. It was a black Merc, and it was a taxi. And it came bursting into those gates there. And the barrier slammed down onto the roof of the car. It was hilarious. Absolutely flattened it, it did. And the guy just carried on after that. But it looked good. It was amusing. I know it's a bug, but it was actually quite funny. So I'm a little bit wary of those barriers. It's nice that they're in though. I like that kind of thing. Right, so we're heading back just along where we came before. You see the popping on the left there. Look at that barrier. And you can see in front, you can see the ground kind of flickering. Different shades of dark. But you know, again, it's not a showstopper for me personally. It's not for now going to ruin my enjoyment of playing it at all. So you know, I'm okay with that. Let me try and read some chat. I'm not ignoring you. Looks very realistic, Elstar says. Much detail. It's got a lot of detail. It's very nice, yeah. I do like it. I'm looking forward to going around the different cities, seeing the landmarks. I mean, the Eiffel Tower is, I think, the Eiffel Tower and the Arc de Triomphe in the first look are the only two that I've seen so far on the PlayStation, and I quite like them. They're quite detailed. It's quite nice. Let's have a look what else. Yeah, see, I'm all over the road now. Get the chat. Oh, so Dave, yeah, they're right. You didn't start the journey, did you not? You need to start the journey. No, CGD. No, I haven't had a patch yet. No. And I'm on a different version on the PS5 to the one that Mr. Water has got. So I don't really know what version I am on, I should say. Dave, you went from Würzburg to Frankfurt and didn't get any XP. Yeah, you must not have started the job. There'll be something simple. It is working. It is working. The issue is that there's no tutorials, is there? Not really tutorials. You get prompts, but it's not obvious. I'm doing all right because of Tourist Bus, and then again I had to, when we got Tourist Bus, I had to learn how to use Tourist Bus, especially the realistic control scheme, which I left alone with Tourist Bus for the first sort of few days, and then I decided that it was much better to use the realistic control scheme going forwards, and I haven't looked back after that. But you're right, there's not a lot to teach you how to do the ticketing and things like that, unless you watch somebody else do it. There's another FlixBus. Right, I've got 340 kilometres to go to Rouen. It's so relaxing though, a game like this. It's a lot like Train Sim, which I also find relaxing. However, there's these are longer journeys than on Train Sim. And I always say it, I love a long run. Gonna get some long runs on this. Thanks everyone for coming in though. We've got 18 in at the moment. Thanks very much. Thanks for all the likes and thanks for all those comments. Lots and lots of comments on the first look. And as you know, I try to respond to everybody. And there's been a lot to go through. It's been very popular that video so far. So thanks everybody for your support on that. I'm kind of in and out of the lanes here, I know, because I'm looking up and down at the chat. Sophie says you have to watch out for the AI on the motorway. Definitely. You had a lorry drop right in front of me. It dropped in front of you. What game was it where the AI used to just drop in from the sky? It was On the Road, wasn't it? An early version of On the Road. You could see the trucks on the opposite side of the road just dropping in at a distance. Yeah, you see there, look at that, you need to take a break, but it won't let me. So I'm not going to bother, I'm going to take the hit, as long as it doesn't, make me fall asleep and crash into the barriers or anything like that. Speeding slightly. Oh, there's the aforementioned Merc taxi, as I'm calling it, there on the right hand side. That's definitely a Merc, isn't it, that? It was that type of car that I saw get slammed by the barriers, the toll gate. I should have screen captured it actually, it was quite funny. So anybody else on PS5 had a day one patch yet since they downloaded the game? I guess it depends. Someone just hit me then. Somebody just hit me. Heavy accident. That's going to knock some. XP off, isn't it? Somebody definitely hit me. I don't know whether or not the patch will... It's day one, it could be... Day one doesn't actually mean it'll drop on day one, does it? Necessarily. I suppose it depends when it releases. Anyway, we'll see. But I've not had a patch yet. I'm all over the road now in this view. Let's go back in the cab. Hey Kreza, how are you? Yeah, good to see you. Hi Alexander. Oh, you're at the grocery store, wow. Yes, we'll just off to Rouen. That's probably all I'll do for today, just a short one. But I wanted to come in and have a chat to you guys, see how you were getting on. See how you were enjoying it. Oh, it's really difficult to read the chat when you're driving, honestly, with all this AI around. You probably saw it in the first look, but my AI is set to 75%. I think that's enough, that, for me. That's still quite a decent amount. And I haven't really got stuck in any traffic jams as such. There was the one in the first look yesterday, where I had to kind of force my way through in the middle of Paris, but apart from that, it's generally been alright. It's certainly alright for the motorway. Yeah, Randy says, much better release than tourist bus. It is, yeah, it is. PlayStation take too long to release the updates. Could be that. It could be that. But there is definitely a patch. Fabian mentioned that over the weekend, didn't he? It just wasn't clear to me when I downloaded it yesterday if my version already included the patch or not, or whether it really was a day one patch and I was playing a sort of pre-release version. So I just wanted to point that out to you guys yesterday, that yours might look slightly different. Yeah, you mentioned that. You mentioned the management side of it. I know a lot of people, a lot of players like that management side. But yeah, you're right, Mr. Watson. In Tourist Bus, I understood why it was there, but I just wanted to drive around the island. Maybe they thought the island was too small to provide a constant driving experience, and so you needed something else to do, or you might get bored. But I wasn't getting bored of the driving at all, but I found the management side a bit tedious, to be honest, and it kept making me do it, and I didn't want to do it. So this is great. I much prefer just to be driving. Definitely. 236 kilometers. Farah, how you doing? 2 pence imminent. You think that's bad? When I put the stream here on my iPad so I can see what's going on, I have to sit through my own adverts. So that's not on, is it? No, thanks for the support though. There is adverts on. I do thank everybody for coming in though. The other thing I'll say, I think I said it in the first look, is that I don't own a wheel, as you know, but actually, like Tourist Bus, I actually find it okay on control of this. So if you're worried, you'll need a. Am I going this way? I'm going this way. If you're worried that you'll need a wheel, absolutely you don't. I imagine playing with a wheel is a very, very good experience, but you don't need a wheel to play it. It'll work perfectly fine with the controller. Oh, you got YouTube Premium, CGD. Nice, very nice. Hey V for Vitty, welcome to the stream, my friend. Got another FlixBus ahead of us. Very France-like, this, isn't it? I mean, we are in France, but what I mean is, it is very typical France, this, isn't it? All the fields, etc. Once you get out into the countryside. King, how you doing? Welcome in. Very happy with it so far, yeah. Oh, look at that, reading the chat and I'm off again. You know what, I'm going to turn the lights off now that the rain has stopped. Randy can almost smell the baguettes. There's one of the bigger buses. I'm having to remind myself what the buses are actually called again. I will remember those eventually. Bit of motion blur there around the wheels. Look at that AI bus there. That's what makes me think I've not quite got the latest patch installed yet. Some of these graphical improvements that were mentioned. It's not ruining my enjoyment at all, so that is the main thing, isn't it? The radio options are a bit weird. I haven't tried the radio yet, actually. As I says, controller support is great on this. Yeah, it is. It is. You wouldn't think so with my driving, because I'm trying to look at the chat, so it gives you a false impression of how the controller is actually doing. But the AI isn't bad, is it? I know Sophie mentioned a couple of things. A couple of others have said there's a couple of things with the AI, but generally the AI is behaving. They do, when you're changing lanes, they do give way as well. I mean, somebody rammed into the back of me earlier on in this stream, as you saw, put me in the barriers. I don't really know what happened there, but generally it's okay. There's not a lot of swapping lanes going on, as you can see. One thing I've noticed is that you can get a slight bit of a pile-up going on, which is, you know, a bit unfortunate. Oh wow, V, look at that. V gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much for that, V. That's brilliant, mate. Thank you. Who are the new members? Farah, Darren, Laserjet, Mel, Walter. Brilliant. Wow, that's brilliant. Thanks very much for that, V. Everybody give V a GG there. That's very good. I'm actually blown away by that, V. Thank you very much. I don't know if this is the patched version, Farah. That's what I was just saying. I'm not really sure. It looks to me the same as it was yesterday for me. So I think we may be still waiting. Yeah, as Cheesy Cracker says, there seems to be a bit of flickering. There is a little bit of flickering. And that's what we're talking about, Cheesy. The patch is meant to have a lot of texture and graphical updates. The day one patch, I'm not sure I've got it yet. Yeah, still got the motion blur around the wheels, you can see, on the buses. I think though, don't be surprised, we'll be doing quite a few streams on this. Because there's so much to see in the map, isn't there? And as Mr. Water was saying, let's just go back to the map. Hiding up here is the UK look. And I asked Mr. V this morning, not Mr. V, sorry Mr. V, you're on my mind now after that. I asked Mr. Water this morning, because he was playing the PC version. Because we've got on console, we've got all the map DLC. And on PC, it was released in sections. And I said to him, before some of these maps were released, were they also greyed out like that? And he said, yeah. So that leads me to think that we may be able to get a UK map. The UK's there, it's just greyed out. And as he said, we've got bits of, we've got Italy down here, look. We've got the boot, and we've got other areas of the world, and a little bit of Spain down the bottom. So if that's going to be the case, imagine what kind of a game this is going to be. It's going to be epic, isn't it? Hello, Mel. You sneaked in there, didn't you? I know V gave you a membership, so I knew you were there somewhere. Well, I must have missed. I'm trying to drive and look at everybody, so sorry if I missed you joining in. Oh, you're right, Sophie. Yeah, you can see the see that was a bug in Tourist Bus. You couldn't see the luggage going into the luggage hold, whereas now you can. You're correct, yeah. Yeah, that's a nice effect. You can see it building up, can't you? If you keep your eye on the luggage hold, you can see it building up. Well, how are we doing? 105 kilometres to Rouen. Krasy said it'd be a hard DLC to make. Yeah, possibly. Maybe they will release a. They might not do the whole of the UK. Maybe they'll do, you know, sort of the southern end. That's no good for me. I want the northerners represented. We've got the Eiffel Tower. Why can't we have Blackpool Tower? Why not? I'm not saying anybody's going to want to go there. That's a different story, but it's quite famous, isn't it? If they're going to do the UK, they're going to put London in there, aren't they? Which makes me think that they'll do, you know, if anything, they'll do the southern end. Well, I don't know. It's quite exciting though, isn't it? CGD, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. These two guys are matching me speed for speed, and I'm trying to avoid this wall at the same time. I shouldn't be on this side of the road, probably. I should be on the right, shouldn't I? I'm getting nervous now. It's quite high, that barrier, isn't it? Right, let's try and get past this truck. King says, so pleased we finally have a game like this on console. Absolutely right, absolutely right. I think everybody had been saying, when Tourist Bus came out on console, everyone was saying, weren't they? Especially, I think you, Mr. Water, was saying that, oh, this is nothing, wait till you see Fernbus. As I said yesterday, I didn't watch a lot of coverage of Fernbus on the PC version because I don't get a bit jealous, but you know what I mean. I look at some of the games on PC and I think, oh, I'd love it if they brought that out. So I don't watch too much of it because I think, oh, it's never going to come out. But then suddenly this one does get announced, and I thought, oh, great. So I watched it a little bit, not much. I didn't want to spoil it, but it is good that a game like this has come out. And I know how popular it is because my, viewing figures as well for the video yesterday. So I know you guys are quite excited about it. So it will do well. I think this will do well. CGD says we have to add all the drunks while driving down in Blackpool. Yeah. That is true. Right, I think we're coming off here. Yeah, I'm actually, where I live, I'm only 15 miles from Blackpool. It doesn't take long to get to Blackpool at all. But you'll be surprised how little, as locals, we actually do go to Blackpool. It's probably same around the world, isn't it? You got somewhere near to you that's quite famous. Although, I would say there's not a lot to do in Blackpool. You won't want to go on the beach and paddle, that's for sure. I'll tell you that right now. You don't know what you're going to find. Stick to Spain and places like that. Yeah, that's my tourism board for the Northwest announcement done. Right, we're going through the barriers. Still got 31. We're nearly there, aren't we? 31 kilometres. Just ease up to it. It's a great feature, that. I do like it. Randy says, anyone else had the random police stop you yet? Did the police stop you? I didn't know that. I've not seen that. Are you being serious, Randy? Did they actually stop you? I've not seen that. I didn't know that was a thing. Right, you know what? There's a petrol station here, and I'm not even going to look what petrol I need, but I'm going to actually do it just to be on the safe side. Because why not? Right, let's get that one. Let's do that. Right, so just hold X to do this. That's another one of the trophies, actually. Oh, actually, look at my fuel meter. It was quite down. One of the trophies is actually to do a number of refuels. You get a trophy for the first one that you do, and I think it goes 10, 15, 30, something like that. So it's worth doing. So it's lucky I checked that actually. It's quite low, isn't it? I don't know where the money's coming from to pay for this, but it's letting me do it. Sophie says another cool thing will be if there was an option added to be able to download other players' routes, like into yeah, or at least somewhere you could share the list of cities in the route if you can't share the route itself. I know what you mean, because people will explore different places, won't they, and you won't necessarily know about it because the map's so massive. It's going to take you a lot of time to cover all the map, isn't it? Police do stop you, do they, Krazza? Right, okay, that's interesting, yeah. They force you into the services. V says, is TSW3 built on the Unreal Engine 5? No, it's not. Not at the moment, it isn't. They've not mentioned any plan to do that either. Krazza says, how do you know if you need fuel? I'm assuming if you get really low, it will pop up and prompt you if you've got the prompts set up. Now, in Tourist Bus, we were saying this earlier, in Tourist Bus, is that, can you see there on the right hand side, is that my fuel gauge? Don't know if it is. In Tourist Bus there was a view, wasn't there, to actually bring up the dial that showed your fuel. I don't think you can see that on here. There are no, the only two camera views are outside and inside, and you can't, I don't think you can zoom in on console to see where it is, so you'll have to rely on the prompts, I think. But that's fine, we can do that. There's a football DLC in the PS5. Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, and that's not part of this, is it? So maybe that will arrive at some point. Right, this is not the great angle for coming out of here. Oh, look at that. Well, let's get back in the car. I don't like that view. Although driving it outside, I've got to tell you, driving it from outside is way easier than on the road, for example. I like being outside the cab, and I just cannot. I cannot drive on the road from outside. It's very difficult. Right, I hit that way too fast. Trying to work out which lane I'm meant to be in now. I'm meant to be on this side, aren't I? Oh, look at that bus there. What's going on? One of our colleagues has had quite a bad accident there. Alright. Oh, there he goes. He disappeared. You do see some random things like that too, don't you? Am I on the wrong side of the road now? I've screwed up, haven't I? I was meant to go down there. Right. Let's just try to get back on course, shall we? I was that bothered looking at the accident. Slight detour, everybody. Sorry, passengers. Easily fixed. We'll have to go back to that roundabout, I'm assuming. Yeah, the AI do honk at each other. Yeah, there's a lot of that as well in the cities. Round the roundabout and back. I spent that much time looking at the accident with the FlixBus that I didn't pay attention to where we were going. Whoa! Stay out of my way. I'm a learner. Right, here we go again. Let's do this the right way this time. Randy says there's going to be an announcement from Bus Sim today, a new DLC. Oh, really? Or VR, yeah, it could be VR, couldn't it? Right, we got 12 kilometres to go to our final stop. Okay, I was thinking the traffic was building up, and that's because it's me. I need to get in before we have another accident. That was a nice little run, that leg of the journey. Need to get over, really. Let's get the indicator on. Certainly there's some AI there randomly just stopping. Whoa, get out of my way. What are you doing? There's me telling you that the AI are pretty well behaved. They are pretty well behaved, apart from the guy driving that truck. But generally, it's pretty good. And that BMW Tourer there. Now, it could be me, right, because I don't know French roads. I've never driven on French roads, so it could be a rule of the road that I don't fully appreciate. But here's our stop. So that's Rouen unlocked now, which is quite nice, isn't it? Let's get the parking brake on. We'll get it in neutral, and let's do that. The doors open. Let's let people off. We'll let them get their luggage out. There we go. So that was our final stop. Here's everybody waiting. That's just got off. They've all got the green bags and red bags, and black bags. So that should be it. So if I go to, you see down there, can you see there, that complete button is highlighted. That's what I expect the take a break button to do. So if I just press complete, there's our summary. So we transported 28 passengers. I completed 4 stops. So this is in total. This is not just what you've seen today. This is the whole run. 993 kilometres. Didn't run out of fuel, which is good. What have we got in service? Resting quality. So there you go. Yeah, resting quality. So because I couldn't take a break, I've had 100 knocked off, which is all right. We didn't miss any passengers. Everything was switched on. What about traffic rules? -4 for 4 problems with the properties damaged. But you've seen my tourist bus videos. There are always accidents, right? Look at that, accidents 0. So I'll take it. Driving behaviour. Speed limits maintained 98%. Safety distance. Right, so safety. I didn't know there was a safety distance, so you must have to hang back a little bit. But anyway, that's good. And I've gained a level. I'm level 3. So I'm assuming that will eventually expand my area of the map a little bit further. So, listen, thanks everybody for coming in. I appreciate it. It was just a small one. We'll be back. We'll do some more. I think we've got a lot to look forward to. Let's hope we get a few fixes for those graphical flashes and textures that we've been seeing. But I think it's a very, very good start for us on console. So I hope that you're all enjoying it and you continue to enjoy it. Pop down in the comments if you do set up any nice routes with a few things that we can sightsee. Put them down in the comments. We'll try some of those out maybe in the free play on one of the streams if you find anything interesting, just let me know down below with this video and I'll pick it up from there, set something up. Thanks to all the new members. V, thank you for that gift of 5 subs. CGD, thank you very, very much. I do appreciate it. Take care, everybody. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.